Ciao, everyone, and welcome back to Growth Talks. I'm your host, Raffaele Gaito, and my guest today is Effie Bersoux. Hi, Effie. How are you
Hello.
today?
I'm good. Hello, everybody. I'm trying to be as loud as you to match our energies. I'm usually more mellow, but I will try to match your energy.
Well, it's quite late now, and it's been a long day for both of us.
Exactly.
So don't worry about the energy. But thanks for being here. For thank you for taking the time.
Thank you for having
I usually start with this show with a simple question, with a quick one. Let's talk about you. So just a quick introduction. What's your background? What you are doing right now? Any cool projects that you want to share with us?
me. Okay. So, hello again, everybody. I am Effie Bersoux. I am a growth marketer, and also I founded my own company 3 years back, Growth Girls. It's a growth hacking agency or growth marketing agency, however you want to call it. It's actually the same thing, right? And You may guess by the name that it has to do with girls or women. So we say that it's a female powered growth marketing agency. Now, how did I end up doing that in my life? Well, I didn't follow any conventional routes, even though I think no one in growth hacking has followed any conventional routes. To be honest, I mean, at least in my generation. I don't know about kids now. They have access to specialized courses. We didn't have that. uh, so for me, it was changing like 3 degrees in the university, not being content about anything, trying to do my own projects, learning to code on my own, trying to grow my own projects just because I was bored about everything I was studying, achieving to grow it, having a success, um, turning the success into a profession for me, doing it for others, trying to I began seeing that, hey, I'm good at that, people want it, and it makes me happy. So I mean, that's three important things if you want to choose your profession. So I ended up doing that, and through the years I chose more and more challenging projects, met the right people, because if you meet the right clients and work on the right projects, it makes you a better marketer, right? If you work on easy stuff, small things, and that's a message to the freelancers out there. I know it's easy to become a freelancer and pick and choose some small, like having 10 small clients, but it will not make you a better marketer. Go for the big ones and the difficult ones. That's what I did, at least. And I think that I became like a very, very good growth marketer. And yeah, which led me to becoming a company owner at some point, which is, some people say it's a natural next step. I don't think it is. It's totally different to be a great marketer, totally different to be a company owner, a leader, a boss, um, a mentor, you know. But for me, it came naturally. It matches my personality. So that's what I do. In the last 3 years, I'm a marketer and a company owner, and I continue to be a marketer. I'm a hands-on uh, marketer, right? I don't just have other people do the work.
I
So
love it.
what I say is a founder-led company.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. A quick question about this. You said that it's very different being a marketer and being an entrepreneur, and it's not always a natural step.
Hmm.
What do you mean? I mean, in your experience, what was the most difficult part? Switching
Yeah.
from being just a marketer to be, an entrepreneur.
Yeah, for me, the most difficult thing is when you are, um, I would call it like it is when you are a boss, right? Because it's similar to when you are a bachelor and you become a parent. You are so responsible for other people's lives. It's not like you can say, hey, I'm bored of working. I will just, I have some money put aside. I will close everything and go on vacation. No, you have to be there always. Make sure the company grows because you are paying people. You are responsible for their growth as well. And Yeah, for me, I'm not a parent, but parenting advice has been very useful in the way I handle people, especially when they are on younger people like juniors. It's very very similar. You have to make sure that you do what you have to do, so people actually, you are allowing them to be the best version of themselves as professionals and as people as well. So it doesn't come with being a great marketer. All of these need a special skill set, need for you to study, need for you to be a listener. You have to have a number of soft skills. At the same time, you have to absorb everything and protect your people from whatever is happening out there. I mean, we went through a lockdown. People were afraid about what would happen to their families, but also, are they going to lose their job? So you have to protect them. You have to be there, absorb everything, absorb the risk, and say, hey, you're safe. Just focus on your work. Don't worry about anything. I'm here. uh so different than being a marketer who grows products, right? Nothing to do with it at all. So yeah, and I don't think that, like I said, nothing can prepare. In the beginning I said nothing can prepare you to be a growth hacker. You cannot study it. I think you can study some tactics, but you cannot study the mindset. I think the same with having a business. You may go to business school, but you will learn the hard skills, but you will not learn the soft skills that are needed.
Well, a friend of mine that he's a teacher in an MBA, he once told me, if you run a startup for a couple of years, you learn more stuff than paying for an MBA. So that's probably
Totally. Totally, and similar to, like we said, in marketing, if you go and work like an internship or go in a company, you will learn way more than you will be taught in the university. Yeah,
yeah.
that's
And
true.
you were talking about soft skills.
Yeah.
What are the most important soft skills in 2023, in your experience? If you want to work in marketing, if you want to work in the growth field, because there is a lot of hype around soft skill, but
Yeah.
most of the time it's just copy paste of the same content all around the web.
Yeah.
What are like two or three really important soft skills for you?
So one that is very important for me, especially if we're talking about growth marketers, but it also applies to life, right? Is being able to adapt and change, embrace change. We see so much things changing all the time. If we're talking about marketing, see, this privacy focused era has changed marketing as we knew it, like 100%. So if you are a person who can adapt and change, but still being able to have your values not change, right? Being stable in your values, but change everything else, that's a very important thing. Um, Other than that, I think that it's very important also to be able to put yourself in other people's shoes, whatever that means. I know everyone says of this cool word now, empathy. I mean, okay, let's call it empathy. I think it's very important. Both as, again, in life, it's very important, but as a marketer, because what you do in marketing is like trying to represent other people's brands, other people's companies, trying to market to all types of different people. So you cannot just talk like about things that represent you, that you like, that you understand. So you have to have empathy. You have to be open to learn and understand. And even if you don't understand, like really try to respect everything that's going on in the world.
Yeah, that's so true. I think this is probably the yeah, I mean it's a cliche, but empathy in our job it's probably the most important thing, right? And I don't see a lot of empathy around there. When I see marketers posting content online, videos and blog posts and LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say that empathy is is there. I don't
No,
know.
but
I don't know about your experience, but most
yeah,
of the time, I see some content. I say, "Oh, guys, come on. Where is the empathy in that?"
I know, but I do feel like if I think about myself, the moments in my life where when I had the least empathy were the moments where I was very stressed.
Hmm.
So I think that if you're very stressed and very pushed by I don't know what's going on in everyone's life, uh, you are in survival mode. And sometimes you may express that through your professional life, right? Through your professional media like LinkedIn. So because I think that we live in very stressful times, and our profession is very stressful as well, right? Numbers, numbers, numbers. You have to prove your worth every single day. I think that that may be the reason behind it. That's why I think it's very important to, as you grow up, when you are a hustler, you work all the time, but at some point you grow up, right? You mature as a person. The next step when you mature, I think, is yeah, I am a hustler. Now I need to find balance in my life, whatever that means. And I think it's very, very important. You cannot continue being a stressed person because it turns you into a bad person, pretty much.
Yeah, I totally agree on that. I was the same for me. I remember, 10, 15 years ago, I thought it was cool, working late every single day,
Yeah.
every weekend, missing all friends and family and hobbies. And now balance is the most important thing for me.
Yeah, exactly. But you have to go through that, right? At the same time, I mean, we are saying that, but we are saying that in the age that we are, in the position that we are, and because people want to talk about that and talk about balance and do not burn yourself out or whatever. I think that younger people should take everything with a grain of salt. When you are 18 years old, do not listen to me. I'm talking about balance, but I did my hustling when I had the energy, and the priorities were the priorities that I had 18 years old, right? So, I hear all these young people, or some of them want to work with me, and the first question they ask is, what time do we stop? Is there a life balance? And I mean, I get it. It's important to know these things, and it's important for me to offer these things to my people. But it shouldn't be a priority if you are in this space. Like, give it everything you got, and this will allow you later on to have the balance. Otherwise, you will never have the option. That's what I believe, at least.
You were talking about your people, so let's move there for a moment. So your agency, Growth Girls, tell me more about it. I mean, why the project started in that way, how it evolves, and what's now Growth Girls.
Yeah. So when I founded Growth Girls 3 years back, uh, I wasn't thinking about creating a female-powered growth marketing agency, as I call it. I was just thinking about creating my own company. But it came in a time that I had a number of experiences that were very mind-opening. So, for example, before founding my own company, I was a manager of other people, and I kept seeing the same patterns. Now, my best people were always women. It happened, right? I'm not saying that women are better, but so it happened. But at the same time, they were giving so much of their energy in stupid things. I'm going to mention a recent example, and I think that I'm very glad that it happened because it really describes what a woman can go through. Uh, like 2 weeks back or last week, there was this journalist that asked the Prime Minister of New Zealand, if she met with the Prime Minister of Finland because they were both women. I mean, what a stupid question to ask. And I was thinking, oh my God, this woman is a Prime Minister. I mean, she is head of state. And she still has to give the energy to answer to such stupid questions. If we scale this down to whatever profession, and every role it's a woman has, we all women have to go through similar things. And for me, it's not like sexism or whatever. It's actually giving your energy in things other than your job. So, all these things happened, and I said, what if I do an experiment? And what if I do a company which will give everything everything I can offer to women to be the best person of themselves professionally. So no distractions. I will protect them from any toxicity that they we all have to we all have come across during our lifetimes. At least within the company, these things will not happen. Plus, I'm going to offer them paid menstrual leave. They will be able to work whenever their baby is sleeping and not have a gap in their career if they choose to. All these things. What if I do that? What will happen? So I did that. And what happened is actually a very successful company. I am very proud of the quality of our work. I'm very proud of our people. I think that they are very productive. Someone told me, "How can you be paying people to stay home just because they got their period?" And I said, "You. The reason why you're asking me this is because you are not a woman." If you can rest when you need to, you will be double you will have double productivity the next day. And I know that, and I know that this is what happens in my company. So coming to today, that in the beginning, the brand name also helped. Growth Girls, female powered. People were looking for that, based on their experiences. That we had people wanting to work for this company, people wanted to be our partners. But now, I think we've outgrown this. I think that the first reason why people want to work with us is because we do a very good job. And then, I recently had someone who was actually a man, it wasn't a woman, reached out, we signed to work together. And after 1 month, he asked me, by the way, I never asked you, why do you call this company Growth Girls? Does it have to do with girls? And I said, I mean, that's success for me, because I didn't do it to attract clients. I did it because I wanted to say, hey, I'm going to make this you know um, like an experiment, like I said, offering the best I can give to women professionals. And I'm going to name it so that everyone can read it and understand that, hey, if you don't share these values, or if you don't respect women, you won't want to work with us, right? So stay away.
The value proposition was there and was
Yeah.
was was quite clear.
Yeah, in
Uh,
your face. Actually, it's also kind of, well, our logo is kind of pink as well, which I know it's, people now with colors are, why girls are wearing pink and they don't have to. I know they don't have to. It's a very dynamic pink, but I mean, it was girly, right? So there you have it. That's the brand. If you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, you don't like it, and move on.
uh, the person that you were talking about was a client, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
What about client in the beginning? I mean, now you have 3 years, you have a track record, huge
Yeah.
clients. But what about the beginning? What was the relationship with the first clients?
Yeah, thankfully for my company, it was like I had clients of my own before I started the company, so I had a name in the market, let's say. So it was the first clients were people that knew me before they knew my company. But then they liked the idea and the way we worked. So these women talked about, they became ambassadors pretty much. So talked about Growth Girls to other founders that they knew. So that's how it began. Word of mouth worked for us.
Hmm. And
And I
what,
didn't, and I'm not, because I'm not, we as data driven people are not extroverts. I mean, at least I am not. So, I didn't participate in many events. There are many events about women. I didn't go there. I didn't speak at events. I stayed away from that. But I'm sure that if I did that as well, that would also help. But I didn't do it.
so in the beginning was just word of mouth.
Yes, in the beginning, it was word of mouth. And it continues to be word of mouth, but we've built our inbound mechanism now. You know, now it's 3 years after the beginning, so it's a different thing.
Nice, nice. I like it. I like it. And
Yeah.
what about the you said that there was a moment where let's say a switch. I don't know if switch is the right word, but at the beginning was really important to have the focus on the female power, agency. Now it's less important. Was that natural, or you just you realize, okay, now we grown up, so we can kind of adapt, we can kind of change it.
Mm, so So first of all, I'm going to describe a very recent change that we did when we built our website, the first website, and it was built very, very quickly. Uh, the description, I mean, the homepage said female-powered growth marketing for women entrepreneurs, for by women marketers, women, women, women. Now it doesn't say anything like that. It just says growth marketing agency, female powered. So it still has, it's part of our brand. It still has it, but it's not the main message. Um, Perhaps it has to do with me personally, right? I'm not this angry anymore because, there's an anger. That. I mean, if you go through injustice, you are angry, so you want to fix it. Now that I'm confident that I have managed to do things my own way, I'm not angry anymore. So I can say, first and foremost, we are marketers, and so it happens that yes, we are female powered, but we have men wanting to work with us, right, for us. So I don't say no. It's fine. So it's not uh sex oriented, right? And now this thing also is very fluent, to be honest. We have to listen to these things. um so yeah, it was very natural. It wasn't strategic at all. And I think that it's very important to listen to your instinct, your heart, liking what you do. So that's how I express what we do right now. And again, if you have it in the name, the company is still called Growth Girls, then you don't need to explain much more.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. And you said that in the beginning, you had your own clients because you were already, doing this job as a marketer, I
Yeah,
suppose, as a freelance. Uh, and then, like you brought those clients in the company.
yeah.
Uh, what does it change when you do that? I mean, it's quite different to manage clients as a freelance and then move them into an agency,
Yeah.
with a structure, with a team, with different processes and frameworks and tools. How was that?
Yeah, well, the way we do it is not too different because I'm very, very involved and very hands-on in all the projects. That's how we do it. So I'm not like, I don't operate like the high level account manager or anything. I'm very hands on. So I'm part of the team that runs the projects. And we don't have like, we do have very strict processes so that we are very efficient, but we don't have like hierarchy, you know. So when we create teams, it's not like my opinion is stronger than the next person's. So in that way, you know, it's like I used to work on the projects. I just now have a bigger team, and I can offer more services, and I can have more projects at the same time. um yeah, and I work more hours because now I have to do everything that comes with the territory of owning a company, you know, the logistics and everything. But other than that, it wasn't too different for me.
And you said uh, actually twice that you are still, hands-on on
Yeah,
the projects, and I love it.
too
I love
much,
that.
to be honest. Too hands-on.
My question is, I mean, I have a lot of friends that now they run an agency, and once the agency become bigger and bigger and bigger, you basically stop doing the job because you have to manage people, do the CEO and all the stuff behind the scene. But why is it important, especially in our field, to still be hands-on? Work on projects, tools and tactics and strategies and these kind of things.
Yeah. Well, it's a choice. And I do understand why people make the choice of, you know, not being hands on and focus on sales, on business growth, which if a CEO doesn't do that, who is going to do it? I do understand why they do it. And I think that, you know, perhaps it's also easier to scale your company this way, right? Because if you want to be hands on, how many projects can you handle? But for me, it was again a very conscious choice to not do that. First of all, I think that if you want to be top of your league, you have to be the best and know everything that's going on in marketing, which changes all the time. There is no way to do that by just reading the news. You have to put your hands and understand what does it mean. Now I have to do, I don't know, campaigns without cookies or whatever. You know, you have to do that. You have to experience it. At the same time, it also makes you a better manager because one, you can understand what your people are saying to you. You know what's true and what hasn't, what isn't. You know how to strategize better and not ask for crazy things. You know, communicate it with a client. Yes, also, if you want to talk about that, it makes you more flexible as a professional. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm a very good marketer, right? Whatever happens, I can take something and I can grow it myself. No other people need it. And that's what I do. Have created my own startup, which I'm launching next month. And I'm doing it on my own because this is my personal project and I wanted, you know, to do it how I believe it should be done. And I don't want to lose this skill set. Plus, I like it a lot, to be honest. It's my passion, right? That's my passion. I love it. It's hard. I work long hours, but I'm happy. I open my laptop in the morning and say, hey, what am I going to do today? Yeah, let's do tracking. I don't know. You know, let's read the analytics and understand what we're going to do next. It's very fun for me.
Yeah, I feel you. I was thinking the same. Now I have people, reading the analytics, running the campaigns, but sometimes I just like to do it. I just like to do
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Yeah.
You said something about your startup. Do you want to tell us something a little bit more, or it's too early?
Yeah, I can talk about some things. I
Okay.
prefer to not say a lot because
Okay.
it's
Okay. Okay.
pre-launch, but I can say a couple some things. What I can say is that very important for me to use my knowledge and my skills in other ways that other than growing other people's companies, right? Which I love doing, but I want to have my own things, my own products, And at the end of the day, I want to create something that is that can work while I sleep, because we are in the services business, and you have to create your product as well. That's a smart thing to do. Uh, Plus, being like a marketer for so many different projects, I'm very open to the trends, to new ideas. It's very, some people are thinking about what am I going to think and create a startup that will work. I'm exposed to ideas all the time, not other people, but I'm exposed to inspiration for ideas all the time. So for me, and also knowing the market so well, uh, through my job, actually, I create products. It's not the first one, but for the others, I have partners. This is on my own what I did, and it has to do with the profession again. It has to do with what we do. I
Nice.
cannot
Now,
say anymore, anything more.
yeah, yeah, no, no, don't worry about it. But now I'm super curious. So we can have, one more episode in the future
Yeah,
once the startup is out, and you can tell us a little bit
a
more.
launch
But
party.
keep me
Yeah,
posted. Yeah, keep me
and
posted.
an offer for your audience, of course.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Why not? Yeah, why not? Why not? Why not? I was wondering. There is a lot of talking about diversity and inclusion nowadays. In every field, and of course in our field as well. From your point of view and also from your experience, how is the situation in the marketing world,
Yeah.
especially here in the UK, because you're a London-based agency, so I suppose the UK is the market that you know better, right?
Yes, yes and no. Yes, I am in the UK. I am in England, but most of my clients are in the US and
Okay.
pretty much all over. So I'm pretty open to what happens worldwide. So diversity. Wow, it's a word that includes so many meanings, because what's diversity, right? It's I think that nowadays anything other than the average white male, as they call it in marketing, everything else is diverse. Which is it the case? I don't know. Um, Listen, it's still we are doing progress as as humans, as a society everywhere. So every profession is male dominated still. I don't know the numbers, I don't know the statistics, but it's easy to see. Let's not talk about marketing. Let's talk about decision making positions, C-level executives. Still, it's male dominated. So, I mean, that has to be true for every industry. So I would say it's the same thing with marketing. What's very, very important, and I think that marketers know that, and business owners know that more and more, is that you have to include women, and you have to be diverse in any way you can, because every person comes with a different approach to things. So you have to have different views, you have to have different voices, you have to have you know whatever someone can bring from their own religion, their own background. You are in London as well. So many cultures we have here, so many people from so many different backgrounds. For me, it has been eye-opening so much, hanging out with so many different people that are so different. So same for companies, right? You cannot just like a very good example is me when I choose who is going to work for my company. Some people choose people that look like them. For me, it's exactly the opposite. I want people that have something different to bring, that they don't look like me, they don't have the same background and not the same beliefs. I mean, as much as possible, right? So, and I see the value, because I mean, we're not perfect. We have to have different opinions, and when it comes to marketing, it's even more important.
Yeah, I was thinking. growth marketing is all about lateral thinking,
Yeah,
creativity, having a different approach to the problems. So if you have a team of 10 people and everyone, is the same, all the same people, I mean, where is where is the creativity? I mean, where is the, cross
exactly.
pollination, the contamination in the team? So yeah, it
And not
helps also.
yes, you're very true. Sorry for interrupting you, but you're very true. What I wanted to add is that we began talking about soft skills.
Mm,
Soft skills tend to be very different according to someone's backgrounds as well, and you
yeah,
need everything, right?
yeah,
That's true. So that's why I love having, you know, uh, diversity. Let's call
yeah,
it like that. You will see that whenever I use a term that has been, I don't know, used a lot, I don't like using it because I think that these words like diversity or whatever we talked about earlier, some people want to use these as labels to give meanings of their own. So I don't want to play this game.
mm,
I want to do it and not talk about it in the same terms. That's me as a person, right? That's just
yeah.
my personality.
I like it. I like it. I mean, yeah, I don't like labels, but I like, when you actually do the thing. If you want to change something, you do, the change. Yeah.
Yeah, because last month I was talking with actually I happen to have some clients that are themselves in the HR business, like they they find employees for other companies, right? That's what they do. And they said that we have to find we the next thing is companies need to be diverse. And I said, what does this mean? And they said, they have to have women, they have to have different religions, and they have to have gay people. And I said, how are you going to hire gay people? Are you going to ask them, are you gay? That's insulting. So if you're going to say to me, be more diverse and hire gay people, don't just say it. Show me how to do it in a way that makes sense. I'm not going to be asking people about their sexual orientation while I interview them. But that's what the HR companies are saying, which is crazy to me because for me it's all talk, talk, talk,
Mm,
but things you cannot do. So I don't like to use the words. I don't like to nag about things. I just want to do it, and like I said in the beginning, that's why I did my own company. I want to do things my way.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It looks like you're doing a great job. So yeah, kudos for that. Uh,
thank you.
Effie, usually in the last part of this show, we speak a little about tools and books. I mean, my audience love books and tools. So
Yeah,
let's start with tools. Do you
with
have
two.
any cool tools that you wanna share with us? Something that I don't know that you just discovered, or something that you use every day. That it's really important in your day-to-day job. Anything that you want to share with us?
Yes, I'm going to talk about two tools. The
Mm-hmm.
first is more sophisticated, and the other is simple. But I'm going to talk about this as well. So the first one, the AI trend. Not
Mm-hmm.
all AI tools are equal. They're not all very good, but there is one that is very very good. I use it daily, and it saves much of my time because of the features. So the way I use it, yeah, I can put a video of 1 hour long, and it can summarize things for me, and I can read it in 5 minutes, other than writing blog posts and stuff like that everyone likes, which is called Go Charlie, and it has a very cool logo with a dog. So that's one. And the other tool that I was, I wasn't too curious about earlier, and I was saying, "Oh, come on, it's a boring thing." But for me, it has been one of the coolest tools. Is something that you would not believe. It's actually Canva, which in the beginning I said, "Oh, come on, people use it because they do not know." Illustrator or whatever, and I was looking down on Canva, but it's actually become a tool I use daily. So what I do is I have my designers create their templates on Illustrator, Photoshop, whatever, and then they recreate them on Canva, and then my whole team can use them to create awesome presentations and everything. And it's been so time saving for me, which means money saving, that I have to suggest it to everyone. Just use Canva. But have a designer as well. Don't fire your designers. Keep on having your designer, but have them recreate templates on Canva.
Yeah, that's the thing, Also, speaking about AI, now everyone, with the new one, what's called Chat
Yes,
GPT,
yes,
and also with DALI, everyone was, oh, now we don't need copywriter anymore, we don't need designers anymore. Come on, guys, that's not the way we should use AI. AI is here to help us do a better job.
exactly.
So yeah,
But
if we use
I always say algorithms need managers too,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
It's not about the tools, it's about the mindset. You said that before, and mindset is always the most important thing. So let's move to books.
Book.
What
So I
are
have,
you reading now, or what are some good books that you have read in the last, I don't know, couple of months?
yeah, well, I have two books on my desk because that's what I read this. I have three books actually. So uh me trying to be a better leader for women, I have the How Women Rise. That's the one. Highly suggested because for me, I saw many patterns that women themselves uh, put into problems by their mindset. And being a leader, I can help them solve it and move with their career.
What's the name again?
How Women Rise.
Cool.
Okay.
You'll find the links in the description. So all the books and the tools that Effie's talking about, you'll find the link in the description.
Great. The other one I just bought, but actually I was at the Tate for Cézanne's exhibition,
Yeah.
you're in London, and in the shop they were selling books, and I saw this one, which is Girl Online, a user manual. Okay,
Hmm.
that's the one, and it actually it's very interesting to me because it analyzes how women are represented on the internet in many different ways. Like, how can you exist on the internet as a woman, which I want to read, but it looks very promising. But I have it here, so I can read at least a chapter per day. And actually, I didn't realize I had that, but I'm going to show it as well. Part of what I do, I'm very involved in Web3. So part of what I want to do is a series explaining Web3 to people who don't know many things about it, because either you know a lot or know nothing. That's what I've noticed. So for me, being involved, I have lost the understanding of what someone who doesn't know anything needs to hear. So I got this book, which is very, very good if you want to learn more about Web3. It's Token Economy.
Hmm.
Very good. If you want to start learning, it's explained very well. So what I'm going to do with that is find the chapters and then, you know, use them as inspiration to create my own series.
Is it about you know Web3 in general? So blockchain, NFT, crypto, everything.
Everything, yes.
Okay,
It
okay.
starts
Oh,
from the
nice.
basic, like explaining, because there are people who don't know what blockchain is, right? So
Hmm.
either that's what I see. Either you're very involved and you have been since the beginning, or you don't know what blockchain is, what are crypto. It's not even. Some would say, "Oh, the older generation." No, it's not the older generation. It's also the younger generation, uh, who you want to find out more, but they don't know where to look and who to talk with. So yeah,
And also there is a lot of content on there on the topic that it's quite, I don't know, useless fluff.
yeah,
uh, I mean, there are people talking about it and they don't actually know what they're talking about.
yeah. I know, because you cannot be an expert in something that is still it's so new.
Yeah.
So you cannot. I don't think you can be an expert unless you are, you know, really involved.
Yeah.
Like it's what you do. But yeah, it's something that everyone should be aware about, learn about. Not necessarily make a profession out of it, because
Mm.
everyone, younger people think that I should work in the Web3 space somehow. No, you don't have to, but know what is going on, right? It's you
Yeah.
cannot be blind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Effie, where they can find you, read you, follow you, any links that you want to share with us?
Yes, I will share. So you can put it in the description. I will share my
Yeah.
LinkedIn. I recently started doing my short videos with growth hacks and interesting things. So you can find them on LinkedIn, but also on Growth Girls TikTok. Make sure to follow us to whatever channel you prefer. We have just started creating this kind of content, and I'm sure you will like it.
Nice. Nice. I will put those links in the description as well.
Mhm.
Effie, thank you so much for your time and for being here with us, for all the insights, the useful insights that you shared with us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.